Hello, welcome. Welcome everybody to a new segment here, KAZs Guide to Destiny. My name is Kaz PhD, and for the next half hour, I'm going to teach you the basics of Destiny 2. Maybe you're coming into the game thanks to Xbox's Game Pass, cross-save, excited for Beyond Light. Either way, this stream, this segment for the next half hour is focused on trying to help you navigate your way around the mysterious world of Destiny. Destiny is a fantastic game with an amazing community, and frankly, it is very confusing. There's a lot of information to cover, and it's not all where you would expect it. So, for the next half hour, we're going to be doing this. This stream will be recorded and put up on YouTube later, so hi, future YouTube. Hopefully this all works out and is recorded properly. So, you are new to Destiny. Probably the first thing that's going to happen when you play the game is you're going to start off and you're going to choose a class. It's all pretty self-explanatory. You've probably already done it. You could choose from the mighty titans, the stealthy and quick hunters, and the powerful warlocks. After you do that, you'll likely jump right into the first mission, and you'll be thrown into the Cosmodrome. You'll be thrown into old Russia, where you'll find out that you are a guardian, you have a ghost, and that things are trying to kill you. But then what? 99% of players will land in the tower, and they will have absolutely no idea what to do. You'll get bombarded with quests and icons, all kinds of stuff, telling you where to go, but it won't make any sense and you won't know why. So for today's guide, we're going to walk through a bunch of things. We want to teach you what Destiny is, how it works, and why you're doing what you're doing. So, okay. First thing I'm going to point you to, by the way, is if you have absolutely no time at all, and you are more of a reader than a listener, then let's see if this works. We're going to go like this. Yes, okay. Bungie.net. Bungie.net is the home of all the information and news in Destiny. And if you're going to go and do one thing today, you should go to Bungie.net, go up to the top, right here to the help section, and go to the new, right, there we go, new player guide. Hopefully it will open when I click on it. There we go. This is a fantastic resource that will show you all of the basics. I'm going to cover some of them today, but it goes through them in a lot more depth. You've got everything here from, creating your Guardian, from, Destiny's controls and how that looks, quick tips, reading the HUD, navigating through the world. The abilities, this is a very in-depth section that talks about it. We're going to glance over it as well on this stream. As well as the community. There's a number, look at all of these links. It's a lot of information all at once. But this will help you. This Week at Bungie, the first link that you see there, that is Bungie's blog posts. Every Thursday they post news about the upcoming changes that are happening to the game and any bugs that they found. Bungie, Destiny on Twitch, YouTube, all their official pages, resources. These are both official and unofficial resources to help you. So Bungie has an app called the Destiny 2 Companion app. You can sort out your gear, you can catch the news, you can read all of the lore. As well as that, the community around Bungie and around Destiny have created a whole bunch of amazing resources. Not just amazing video guides like I'm giving you here today, but things like the Destiny Item Manager, which allows you to completely sort out your gear, make gear sets, compare your items. Destiny Ishtar Commander, which does many of the same features in a more in a slightly different way. Braytech at the bottom of what you're seeing right now, which shows you all the different accomplishments that you can search for, all the secrets, how to find them, where they are. So I would definitely recommend giving this a shot, giving this a look. Bungie.net, go to the help section, new player guide. Skim through that, read through it when you have the time. Now, back to our regularly scheduled program. So, you are a guardian. What the heck does that mean? Well, here we are in the tower. After you do the first quest, this is probably where you are going to end up. See, the whole concept, the whole premise of Destiny is that you are a warrior, a guardian, powered by light. Light is essentially magic. There's a lot more to it than that if you get into the story, but it is essentially magic gifted to you by this giant sphere in the sky called the Traveler. The idea is that in the far future, humanity discovers the Traveler. The Traveler gives humanity wisdom, power, and technology. But then the darkness came, and we went through a collapse. And humanity went from being all across the solar system to only living in the one last safe city. As such, the Traveler then gave ghosts. Ghosts are little companions that are able to connect people to the Traveler with the light. And that's you. You are a guardian. You are tasked with defending humanity and fighting the threats and discovering the secrets that can help and harm all of us throughout the solar system. The tower is the main social hub. Here you'll do a lot of things. Mostly you'll check in on your gear, you'll pick up bounties, you'll talk to characters, you'll delete a lot of stuff, and you'll do a lot of random dancing for absolutely no reason. There's a lot of different things here, and if you check, and I'm going to show you how and where, it will tell you where to go and what to see. So, depending on which console you're on, or PC, you have a number of different systems here. We've got the store in the top left menu, right? Tells you all the things you can buy. Every week, there are things that you can buy with real money, or silver, as they call it, or in-game money, as in bright dust. Whole bunch of different things here. I advise checking them out at your leisure. You just got the game, no need to buy anything just yet. Then you also have expansions down here, which tells you which things you own, and tells you a little paragraph about what they're about. You also have quests. Numerous quests that are divided by when they came out, or what they focus on. You likely have a whole bunch of introduction quests that ask you to do random activities for no real reason at all yet. On the right-hand side, you have bounties, and boy, we're going to talk about those, but just give me a moment. Next, you have the map. The map tells you everything about the current location that you are. So there's me, there's the postmaster, that's where all loot that you don't pick up ends up going. All the different characters around here. So if you need to talk to a character, it tells you to interact with Commander Zavala, or talk to Amanda Holliday, or what have you. This is where you look. My suggestion, after you finish the first mission and you make it to the tower, familiarize yourself with the quest. Just read what they ask you to do. Don't worry too much about it. Just know that they exist. And then go to your map, and I would advise going to talk to Amanda Holliday. The game doesn't tell you to do this, but it is an absolutely essential step, and I'll show you why. Destiny is a free-to-play game, which means that people are able to come in and basically access any part of the game that they want, except for the major expansions, at any time. Some of the campaigns, at least until November, are free and accessible, but you don't know about them unless you come and talk to Amanda Holliday.
Treat yourself, hero.
So come on up. She has a list of quests. Now, if it's you doing this, you probably have all 4 of these icons sitting right here. There's the Red War campaign, the Curse of Osiris campaign, Warmind, Forsaken. These are the order. This is the order, by the way, that I just mentioned, of the main storylines. You can do them in any order you want, but that's the order that they came out, and that's the order that they occur chronologically in Destiny's story. So you could just simply pick up the quest, and it will tell you where to go.
Good luck.
Where does it tell me where to go? Glad you asked. Right next to the map, you'll notice two things. On the very far side on the left, you have this icon here, and you also have destinations.
Get somebody down to the crypt.
Holding a button reveals your milestones. These are kind of the big and urgent things. If you pick up any of those markers, then it will show you the Red War, the Curse of Osiris. It will show you that you have that campaign to do if you'd like to do it. If you go to destinations, also known as your director, it shows you the solar system that you're able to access. This is going to change in appearance in November, but it functionally works the same. Now, as an example, if I was to go to the moon, I actually have this campaign to do. This is part of Shadowkeep, which is the latest campaign before Beyond Light. But if you had the Red War, for example, you might have an icon on Earth that tells you to do a new mission. So destinations is where you can go to access any planet, and you can hop from any planet to any planet at any time. From the tower where I am now, I could go to the moon immediately, I could go to Nessus. All of these worlds are yours to discover. So, catching you up again. You land in the tower. Probably go talk to Amanda Holliday, pick up the campaigns, and then you have a bunch of introductory quests that tell you to do random activities you've never heard of. Strikes, Gambit, Crucible. What is all this stuff? Well, first, you can access all of those activities here. The Crucible, Gambit, and Strikes. Destiny has a lot of different kinds of activities. It's a PvP and PvE game. It includes player versus player and fighting against the minions of darkness. So, strikes, when you go into the strike playlist, they're generally overseen by Commander Zavala, and I'll show you him again in a moment. The strike playlist, a strike is basically a mission that usually involves fighting your way through enemies toward a specific boss and taking them out for loot at the end. There's a number of them that exist throughout the history of Destiny, and if you want to just jump in and shoot some things and have some fun, the strike playlist is the place for you. Every week, there are a bunch of different modifiers and things which just change how the strike works in general. For example, going into the strikes this week with anything solar based will be a lot more fun. There's a lot of other kinds of activities we're not going to go through yet. I don't want to overwhelm you on your first day. Gambit is another activity. Gambit is a combination, think of it like a combination of strikes and PvP activities. Basically, you fight enemies of the darkness, and you fight real people. The Crucible is the PvP experience. There's a whole bunch of different game modes. Each of them is illustrated. Each of them tells you what they're all about, how many people. So you can see here 3v3 fire teams, whereas this one is everyone against each other. But hold on a sec, you might ask. This is a lot. The maps and all this stuff. I don't even know how to play the game. Let's take a look at your Guardian. So in a new menu, you'll notice a different set of criteria at the top. Let's start with your character. I play a Titan. You may play a Warlock or Hunter. They're all fantastic. There's a number of things that are in common in our character screens. Roughly speaking, we've got our weapons on the left, and we've got our armor on the right. In the top here, we have these diamonds. They represent your subclass. So here's the thing. Your class is whether you are a Titan, a Warlock, or a Hunter. You've chosen this already, for whatever reason. Your subclass is your area of focus. Generally speaking, they revolve around these three elements: Arc, Solar, and Void. I know this is a lot of material, but you can always go back through the video later. So you pick a Titan, or you pick a Warlock, you pick a Hunter. Each of them will have a Void, purple, Arc, blue, and Solar, red, or orange, subclass. We're actually getting an extra one in November, but I won't tell you much more about that. So you can choose your discipline. I could choose to be arc-based. I could choose to do solar, because I heard that that's good for strikes right now. If I click a button to go and inspect more detail, there's a whole bunch of stuff. Oh my god, menus upon menus. KAZs, there's too many. It's okay. You've probably played many other games like this. This is a skill tree. If you haven't, basically you can focus your character even further. You have grenades, you have melees, and you have class abilities and supers. Now this is a lot, I know. If you check out that guide I mentioned to you earlier, it goes through each of these things in painful detail, right? Every class, Titan, Warlock, Hunter, has subclasses, and every subclass has specialty that you can focus in. Every Guardian, no matter what you are playing as, you have grenades at your disposal. You can read what they are, you can try them out, see if you like them. You also have a different type of jump ability, and you can select which one suits your playstyle, which one you like better. The left is very unique. As a Titan, my class ability here on the left are called barricades. They are basically walls of light that can help, walls of power that can protect me and help my allies. If you're a hunter, these class abilities will be all about dodging, moving quickly. Sometimes they help you reload, sometimes they help you gain other abilities. And if you're a warlock, then it's all about rifts. Warlock rifts are pools of power that allow them to either heal themselves or their allies, or give them damage. As in, you are able to buff your teammates. On the right-hand side, you have the specialty of focus of your super. Each one is very specific. You'll want to read through them to understand them. As an example, if I play as this, I get to swing a giant hammer around, sledgehammer style, smash my foes. If I play as this, I throw medium-sized hammers, and every time one of them lands, it leaves a pool of fire to destroy my enemies. And if I play as this, similar kind of medium-sized hammer, but every hammer explodes. It's a lot to take in, and it's all unique depending on which class and subclass you're choosing. So you're going to want to take the time and go through it. Next, your armory, your weaponry, your bread and butter as a Guardian. What weapons will you use? Besides the light or the darkness, you want to know what weapons you have. There's a lot to go through here. Basically, you have 3 types of weapons. You have kinetic, you have energy, and you have power. Kinetic weapons don't have any energy ascribed to them, so they just fire bullets, basically. There's a lot of different kinds. I'll leave it up to you to explore. Energy weapons, they contain some of the same kind of energy that your subclass does. Void, solar, and arc. So, with an energy weapon, here's a good example. Let's see if okay. I have a sniper rifle here. This is a solar-based energy sniper rifle. See the little flame next to the 1060? But I also have a kinetic sniper rifle. This sniper rifle has no energy, no special energy applied to it. Why does that matter? One, it means that I can't move this weapon down here. It doesn't fit. It doesn't work. And 2, when you're facing off against enemies, some of them will have shields. And if I face off against enemies with solar shields, and I hit them with a solar weapon, I will break their shields faster. There's a lot to go through here, and a lot of Destiny is about kind of figuring out what you want to do and how you want to do it. But for the basics for now, suffice it to say, you have kinetic weapons that shoot bullets or arrows. You have energy weapons that shoot the same ammunition, but with void, solar, or arc attributed to it. And you have power weapons. Power weapons are usually your heavy hitters. You got your traditional grenade launchers. You've got rocket launchers. Swords are very common right now. There's all kinds of really cool weapons through the game. And it'll be up to you to explore what you do. And they all have an energy tied to them. One quick tip that a lot of players don't find out until they've played this game for a really long time. If you're playing on a console, I don't know what button it is on the PC, but you can hold down the left trigger to get more information. So here's an example. In my energy weapons, I hold left trigger, and look, every weapon's energy type shows up next to it. And also a whole bunch of more details about it. We're not going to go into that just yet. On the right side, you have armor. Not really much to go into right now. Basically, you have some headgear, some gauntlets, chest piece, leg armor, and what is called a class item. Something unique for your class. Pretty straightforward. Every armor is random. It has random statistics next to it. We're going to talk about that in a moment. And as you collect armor, it'll be up to you to mix and match the things that you want. As this is a basics video, we won't go too much into detail of it, but every item you can look into. You can check out, every item has specific modifications and perks that can make it better or change how it works slightly for you. You can also get something called mods, which are things you can find and collect, which will allow you to upgrade your weapons in some way. You also will notice a color difference. Depending on your experience with MMOs, yellow is exotic. It generally means it's very special, it's rare, and you can only wear one exotic weapon and one exotic armor piece at a time. But again, that's a lot for an intro video. You also have a whole bunch of other menus, triumphs, which keep track of all of your accomplishments, collections, which keeps track of every weapon, every mod, every single thing that you have collected, found, or could find in the game. If you decide to reach out and want to make some friends, you can join a clan. Joining a clan allows you to play with friends and earn extra loot just by playing together. And you have an inventory screen where you hold on to items no matter what. So again, that's a lot to go through. Let's catch you up. You are a guardian. You are a defender of humanity. You are a fighter and a fighter of demons. A warrior, powered by magic, essentially. Powered by paracausal power. You've made your way to the tower. Maybe you've gone to Amanda Holliday by inspecting your map, and you found her, and she told you about the different campaigns that you can do. You've also heard a lot about these other activities. You Crucible, Gambit, Strikes. You find them on your destinations, down here, and you can access them at any time. Certain people in the towers are responsible for managing those activities. Zavala manages the strikes, Shax manages the PvP side of things, and Drifter, wherever you are, there you are, manages Gambit. You may be wondering what the heck is the point of all of this. Well, obviously the point is to have fun. The point is to just find whatever you like. There's no right or wrong way to go about playing Destiny. There are so many different kinds of activities, it's going to blow your mind. And you can approach them in any order you want. If you do want to make some progress, there's a couple of things that you can keep in mind. On your character menu, you have something called power. Your power goes up as the power of your gear goes up. As you do harder and harder activities, you gain more powerful gear. You can either switch to that powerful gear if you choose. So example, I have a 1050 here. I could switch to a 1060 here. You can also interact with that weapon, and you can do something called infusing to make it more powerful, where you combine the power of another item with the power of your own. But again, that's some complicated stuff. You're basically going to start by doing activities that you enjoy, getting loot, trying it out, and comparing it. If you wish, there are activities in the game that can raise your power. Anything on the map that has a yellow star has a challenge, either a daily or a weekly challenge. For example, this character here says complete activities on Io, on this map. If you do activities on this map, eventually you'll fill this up and you get a piece of powerful gear. Powerful gear or pinnacle gear will raise your power or drop more powerful items. So if you're trying to do something, if you're trying to raise your power, then doing more powerful activities is one of the ways to do it. The second way to do it is the seasons. Destiny now is a live game that runs from season to season. Around every 3 to 4 months, something new happens in the game. And when that happens, you get something called an artifact. Seasonal artifact gives you more abilities the more you level it up, essentially. And by leveling up your season, you get loot that drops, either the free stuff or the stuff if you paid. More and more. So if you're just trying to raise your power, go do challenging activities that drop powerful gear and raise your seasonal rank. Seasonal rank, the best way to raise that is by doing bounties. Bounties are little mini activities, little mini chores that you can do. So let's say, alright, let's give an example. Let's say you're like, I'm not ready to do story yet. I need to know how weapons work. I need to raise my power. That's what I want to do. And you decide, I want to do strikes. Maybe I have a quest here that says, welcome, do a bunch of strikes. I look on my destinations. I find out what the heck strikes are. I realize, they want me to do solar stuff. Well, I go talk to Zavala, the guy who manages strikes. Are you ready? And I can pick up a number of bounties. For example, this one just says defeat enemies with grenades. This one says get arc kills in a strike. I can pick these up. And the more of them I do, the more experience I get. See how it rewards XP, all of them? The more experience you get, the higher your seasonal rank. The higher your seasonal rank, the higher the blue part of your power becomes. Now that's a lot. We're going to wrap up the beginner's guide here in a moment, but I want to make sure that I've left you with a solid foundation as to where to go. I know I've recapped a couple of times, but it is very easy to get overwhelmed in Destiny, and even the pros like myself are constantly learning things that we should have learned on day one. So take some time. Take some time to explore your menu. Read through your character abilities. Check out the weapons that you've gained. You can look at some of the achievements that you want. You can look at some of the things you've already picked up. You can check out the quests that you have, which also include the storyline that you can pick up from Amanda Holliday. If your main goal is to raise power, some destinations and activities require a higher and higher power. Find activities that reward powerful gear. Focus on powerful first. Some activities, such as strikes, will give pinnacle gear, but you're going to want to wait, because that gives the best stuff, and you'll want to wait till later. Focus on powerful things first, then pinnacle. Pick a world, pick a place, pick a power, pick some weapons, and go have fun. I want to thank everybody for watching, making it to the end. If you have any comments, questions, suggestions, feel free to drop them in the description below. I've got a link in the channel for my Discord. My community tries to be very friendly and helpful. There's no question too big or too small. We're all in this together. I also made this video originally on Twitch, so if you want to come catch them being recorded live, or if you want to ask more up-to-date questions or get my help with something, you can do that as well. Thank you again, Guardians. Destiny is an amazing game that has so much depth to it. As I said, it will blow your mind. We didn't even talk about lore yet. We didn't even talk about the story. The story goes miles and miles deep if you know where to look. We'll probably talk about that in a later video. So thank you all. Have a good time. Enjoy. As always, be safe, be kind, and I'll see you Guardians out there. Bye now.